Let's go to Robi Ludwig, a friend of the show. So much to talk about, a therapist on why these women decide they either don't want to come forward or they come up with the courage to finally come forward, like Wendy Walsh. Robi.
Well, and Wendy discussed it very wisely. She was afraid. She thought that she could charm the problem away. And so a lot of women feel disempowered. They don't want to lose their job. In some cases, they might even blame themselves that perhaps they needed to handle the situation differently so that a man doesn't respond to them in a particular way. So women are very good at blaming themselves when things go awry. But a lot of it has to do with fear, and nobody wants to lose their job, and nobody wants to have a bad reputation. Nobody wants to take actions that could interfere with future possibilities in terms of getting that next promotion or getting that next job, especially if it's within an environment that supports the powerful people who are allegedly misbehaving.
So the culture has a lot to do with it, and the intimidation factor, which allegedly went on at Fox News, and we saw with Roger Ailes, them letting him go. We saw cracks in that culture. Do you think women feel more intimidated because of that?
Well, I think women feel intimidated in general whenever they have to sometimes speak out on their behalf in a way that can encourage certain kinds of retaliation. Women can lose, again, their reputation, they can lose their job, they can lose their finances, they can lose the possibility of getting another job that they want to have. There are a lot of fears that surround this. And if you are a woman who wants to sue somebody in power, it's very expensive. Not everybody can afford it, and the chances of winning also are very minimal. So there are some very pragmatic reasons why women tend not to talk about these issues and deal with it in silence.
And especially, I think, if fame has something to do with it, if you show your face like Wendy Walsh did, and Lisa Bloom, her attorney, said some women choose not to, but that people may lash out at you in the public and blame you for taking away someone that they watched.
Well, absolutely. And you have to be a woman of strength, and not all women feel like they have the psychological willingness to deal with the counterattacks. Women very often are blamed when it comes to sexuality gone awry in the workplace or elsewhere. And not everybody wants to deal with it. Not everybody should have to deal with it. That's why it's so good that we have an anonymous setup where people who feel that they are being abused can bring this to the attention without necessarily using their name. But wouldn't it be great if women could get to a place where they felt comfortable, where they felt they wouldn't be punished for just speaking their truth and having their, moral wishes and what one should expect in the workplace to be respected?
Yeah, that's exactly what attorney Lisa Bloom was saying. If women speak their truth, it is powerful, and we can break through this culture, if you will. I do want to read a tweet from Lisa Bloom. Let's read that, her latest one. It says, "Imagine facing your fears, standing up to an abuser, speaking out about sexual harassment. Do the unimaginable, be brave, be bold." So, Robi, do you think this case of Bill O'Reilly and of Roger Ailes and Fox News will empower women to come forth in their case, wherever it may be?
I think it will be a long road because each woman needs to evaluate what her situation is individually. There are women who may come forth and will get punished for it, or may not be able to win whatever case they bring forth. So I think we have a long road ahead of us, but each case that's won and each woman who speaks out successfully, it's certainly a step in the right direction.